Well, hello again everyone. Here we are in Chagford with the first team game against Torquay. That's Torquay, not Turkey. It would be a long way to come to Devon to play a game of cricket after all said and done, wouldn't it? So the second 11 game, which was due to be at a place called Yelverton, which is about 4 or 5 miles outside of Plymouth, was cancelled due to the fact that there was a stack of rain falling from the sky and it didn't look like it would change all afternoon. And here we are about 15 or 20 miles from Yelverton, and there's blue sky, a little bit of cloud, as you can see as I look around here, but in the main it is dry, and when I look at the ground here, that also is dry, so forgive me for making that strange noise as I bend down. I'm old now, so that's what I have to do. So we'll take a little look at what's going on around here. And coming into bowl just at the moment is Jack Brinath. Bowls a brisk medium pace in swinger with very good control of line and length, and doesn't look like much, but it does something with it, and so he'll cause a few problems there, I suppose. And opening the bowling down the imaginary hill is AP at the other end. He's just completed his first over, and he's doing quite all right there, I would say. So what we'll do is yes, here we go. So that wasn't really under control, that particular shot. It was a defensive shot with the batsman's front foot toe facing towards extra cover, really. That would yield up something of an opportunity, I would say, there. But there we have AP here over at long leg. We'll just wander by him because we don't want to disturb the poor fellow as he's in the middle of his ruminations on the edge of the pitch here. So we'll let him get on with his second over prayers. I'm sure he'll do that. So just asking for the sight screen to be moved here slightly. Now the sight screen is there for the benefit of those that don't know, so that you can see the red ball on the white background as the batsman. So sometimes if the thing's not sighted correctly, then you need to have it changed. So here we go. Jack comes in, overcomes his arm, bowls the ball down. It's swung past the batsman towards the leg side, and the temporary wicketkeeper, which is Stuart Lipo, cleans things up on the leg side there. Quite a difficult little take there, and we'll have that delivery again because it was called wide. So here we go, in he comes, and that was outside off stump, and batsman crouches and takes a little shy at it. He's okay. We're happy to see that kind of thing. The secret with an opening bowler is make the batsman play the ball, don't give him a look. So as you can see today, I'm afraid I have unsteady cam. Oh, there we go. That's been played away out into the leg side between mid-on and mid-wicket, and that goes away for 4 runs. That was what one might describe as a short arm pull there. And it's just slightly short outside the off-stump delivery, and gone away for 4. So the players, just 2 players out there, are looking for the ball. They found it now, and they'll return it to the bowler, recycle it, and they'll carry on again. So here we go. Right, I'll just zero back out again, or zoom back out, depending upon what term you're most satisfied with, and we'll wander around once again. And here we go, next delivery. Jack comes in, that's outside the off stump, and it doesn't swing. So it may be that the conditions are not favourable to swing at the moment. We'll just take a breath or two here, because we actually have the opportunity to see the bowler undertaking his action, and we can see what's going on with the ball. So here we go, comes in, and that's line of off stump and defended stoutly by the batsman there, and Jack fields off his own bowling and returns it to the mid-off player, who starts the job of polishing the ball. So and we go back to the next delivery. Jack hits his mark, turns around, begins his run up, okay, and comes in and overcomes his arm, and again good control there, nice work in the gully area, and that is the over with no run there. So there we go. A quick change round here. So we have one umpire operating today because the Chagford umpire is away at a wedding. I don't know why they have weddings in the summer, quite honestly, when there's cricket to be had, but there it is. That's the way things go, and everybody switches round. AP goes towards his mark. He's setting himself up there, and as we know, the batsman should be ready when the bowler is at his mark. That is indeed the case, so the players are ready, and things may continue. So in AP comes here, and that's just slightly off down the leg side, and the umpire has given that a wide. So strictly, the definition for a wide is a ball that is not playable by the batsman in his stance. This league is quite tough on wides in terms of what constitutes a wide, so it does favour people bowling, and that's another wide. That was fully pitched. That's questioned slightly, no, and corrected. So that was corrected because the ball touched the batsman. That means it cannot be a wide. So umpire corrected the call there, and did so quickly, which is a sign of good umpiring, I would say. So there we go, and batsman forward there in defence, places the bat in front of the ball, and didn't appear to be any gap between bat and pad there. So there we go. So we'll just zero out again and wander around. The sun is now actually quite strong, which is nice to see. That's played out to the extra cover fielder, who goes down onto one knee with long barrier and fields. Way out to the mid-off player who shines the ball. That's a constant job now. We want to get one side shiny and one side dull. That's what will cause the ball to swing. And away we go again. That was driven hard and fielded wonderfully at mid-off there. Very highly committed fielding by Ben Lanyon. That's our chairman there, leading the way in the field there. Excellent work there. So next delivery, and bowls, and that strikes the batsman on the leg. He turns around, doesn't face the umpire, no one appeals. So therefore there was no benefit to doing so, and everything continues. A couple of dot balls there now, and again AP comes in, and that's a well bowled delivery, good length, and jumped up a little bit of the batsman, hit the bat at the top, flew briefly in the air but only for a couple of foot, and that was the over. So players quickly switch round here, and things may continue. So there's Tom there, just turned his back on us, and he's a recent joiner into the club, and an extremely useful guy. Bats with a good deal of panache, and no small amount of technical skill. And he's looking at me there, he's given a little bit of a wave there, so we'll give him a quick shout out. Good man Tom, well done. So Jack comes in again and overcomes his arm, bowls the ball forward in defence, the batsman, and there is no run. So here we go again. We've got some players from Torquay here. There we go. Well done. And they're listening to the test match, and quite right too, I should say. So there we are. We'll look at the test match here instead. So here we go, carrying on here. Jack in, and that was a full delivery. That was fielded by Jim Maul there. Jim's a cracking fielder, got a lot of commitment in the field, and we call him Maul the Wall because very little gets by him. He's sighted in short there, really, as you can see. He's looking for that mistimed drive that goes in the air. So Jack comes in, overcomes his arm, fully pitched delivery, batsman plays back, looking to play into the vacant-ish extra cover area, but there was no run. So there we are. A little bit of wind here. I hope you can't hear it too much through the microphone. I haven't got my magic microphone device on today, but I'm instead holding my finger next door to it. So there we go. That was played out. No, that's now gone away. As you can see how fast the outfield is here, despite the fact we've got a little bit of rain. That's away for four. So that was a straight drive through mid-on for four. That demonstrates a very nice, solid technique on the part of the batsman. But he got all of that, and that was well played. We must give credit where it is due. So fieldsman returns. Ben, and Ben returns to the bowler, who stands at his mark, and the fieldsmen return to their positions. And there's a brief conference there between Ben and Jack. Jack regards the batsman, who is ready, or just about. Yes, he is now. There we go. And in we go again for another go. So over comes his arm and bowls, and oh, that's out. That's out. He played that same shot for that foolish delivery that's outside the off stump, with a tilted bat at about 45 degrees, looking to play into the vacant extra cover area, just where we were, or where we're standing now. He was probably aiming more or less directly at me, and edged the ball through to the wicket keeper, which was Stewart. Stewart takes it cleanly, and that is the first wicket. So that's 15 runs for 1 wicket now. That was a nice passage of play. There's just a slight lack of concentration, I suspect. There's slight ill discipline from the batsman there. Didn't really need to play that, and he did so. He chose to do so, and you take your courage in both hands if that's what you wish to do, and that's the way of things. So, as you can see, if you make the batsman play, or get them to play, then you're always in with a chance. But well done, Stuart. Good take, high and above his right shoulder there. And here comes the rain a little bit. You can see the clouds coming up and over now. So I'm just going to move into a slightly sheltered position. New batsman comes to the crease here, and he's just taking his guard, making his mark, scratching himself a mark there. Just doing a line, that's all he's doing. So we don't need any of these people who draw a nice little picture of the infant Jesus to play. That's not really necessary. So we'll remain zoomed in on this at the moment. And Jack comes in and bowls the ball now, and it's a back foot shot there. It was slightly short of length, but played off the back foot, and no run, and the over. So there we go. We'll wander around again. That was just a slight dribble of rain there, just a bit of, shall we say, misty rain, and we can see Jack there trudging away, well, actually with a bit of a spring in his step now, to his position at long leg, so he can get a rest between the overs. So we'll watch things as they continue to run along here. Hopefully you can still hear what I'm saying, and the wind isn't getting too much in the way, and we'll carry on. So let's just zoom in just a little bit. There we go. You can see there. Oh, that's fetched away by long leg there. Fields it cleanly, and in it goes to the wicket keeper, who takes it on the full and returns it to Ricky, who's one of the scoring batsmen this year. Actually, he's done terribly well. Scored quite a few runs. The top scorer, I believe, so far this year is Jake, who's our first team captain. He's about 400 runs, and if he goes on in this way, and we're into the second half of the season now, he'll look to make about 800 runs this year, and that's not a bad total at all, quite honestly. So we'll see anyway. So here we go. That's taken on the leg side, but it hit the batsman, so it can't be called wide, as we found out earlier on. So we'll keep wandering around here, so I can get to the big house over there before any rain that's around comes. So we'll wander by Jack here as he and oh, catch that. No, that's not quite. That was played uppishly towards mid-off. There is no run. It went straight to the fielder on the bounce. But there was an exciting point there, so everybody's paying attention at the moment. 16 runs for 1 wicket after 4 overs, and things are going reasonably well. It's played out into the cover area. Batsman just refused, the non-strikers refused the run, and therefore there is no run. That's a dot there, so we'll keep watching. It's an interesting start, I have to say. And Stuart, who's captaining today, takes the mid-on round a little bit, and that's played straight to the mid-wicket player. Again, slightly uppishly, so he's getting a bit in front of himself, this batsman, and there are some potential opportunities there, I think. So we have a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a long leg. That's the expanse of the leg side field. that was outside the off stump by some margin. The batsman had to get onto his stepladder to play that one, and that's been called as a wide, but okay, you can have another go. So moving round from the wicketkeeper, we've got a first slip, we've got a gully, we've got a cover point, we've got a short extra cover and an extra cover out behind him. And going round to there, you have a mid-off as well. So we've got a quite a well-stocked offside. And that was the over. So we've now 17 runs for 1 wicket. Batsman number 1 is on 3, and batsman number 3 has yet to get off the mark. I don't think he'll be too panicked about that just yet. It's probably as well not to be panicked if you're an upper order batsman. Just to get off the mark, get 1 run, get 5, get 10. Take it in little steps is the best way I have found. So there we are, and Jack in again for his 3rd over, and we'll see what this gives. And that's played off a reasonably full face of the bat there, past the gully and away for 2 runs. They're not taking a 3rd there, so that was a good piece of fielding from the first slip there. That was very nicely done. I think that was Ricky Hotwood there who rushed off after that, scurried in his very best style, so props to him for that. So there we go. And second ball of the over now. This is where we're going to hear a bit more of a wind perhaps. And that was played in defence. Note the batsman got into position very early for that, and he was in the right place for it, but the ball isn't swinging for Jack, so he's going to have to rely on good length and top lines here. But he's definitely good enough to do that, no mistake about that. So here we go, and 3rd ball, and that's definitely an edge there, and Ricky's off after that. There's no question about the fact that was an edge, and again they've run 3 for that one. They've clearly decided that throw was worth another run. So that was good batting there, and good cricket from the batting side, taking that 3rd run where they can. For example, if you're facing 45 overs, if you turn 15 of your 2s into 3s, that adds 15 to the total. I know that sounds obvious, but in the context of a game, it's definitely worth looking at those things. So if you can turn 1s into 2s and 2s into 3s, then you're very much in with a chance of getting a good score. That last delivery was on a length outside the off stump. The batsman attempted to play a cut shot to it and played and missed. And the ball went through to the wicketkeeper, who collected it. And let's see what happens with this delivery. And in comes Jack, and that's played in defence there. Batsman moving, playing it on the move really, but there we go. It says dot in the book, it doesn't say W, so he's quite happy about that. So we'll wait till the end of this over, and then we'll call it a day after about 18.5 minutes, and I'll switch this off, and when you're watching this in days to come, you'll know what was going on. And again, another defensive shot taken at cover point by Tom there, and that is the over. So with 6 overs gone and the score at 22 runs for 1 wicket, it's hard to say who's in the ascendancy at the moment, but this is a steady beginning. It's very good, and I know that Chagford's first team will work hard in this changeable weather, although we can see some blue sky up there. There's a little bit of rain here, not much, it's just a little tiny bit. You possibly see that on the camera here, possibly, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to call it a day now, and I shall say thanks very much for watching, and see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye-bye.